guys, hi. I know it's been a really long time, and I know my little video thing on my last channel wasn't really that shocking to some people, and I know some people were probably angry with me or happy to see me back. I'm really not sure how everyone's feeling, but I want to do a little video of what's going on. So as you can tell, I have in a totally different location. I'm actually in a different state. I moved to Georgia about a month ago. I moved September 1st officially. And things this past year just have really changed for me a lot. So where do I begin? Okay. Well, okay. If you guys have watched me for a while now, at least a couple of years, you guys know that I moved to Florida to be with someone, and I was very happy there. You know, that was my whole reason for moving to Florida. We were together for a little over 3.5 years, which is a pretty long time, and I think the past year, back in 2013, it was just, things weren't working out for me, and I think for him, in his mind, it was okay. He always had the attitude of it was only one way, and everything was perfect, and it was a little perfect bubble, and I could never talk to him, let him know things were wrong. And looking back on that relationship, there was just so many weird things about that relationship that this, like, why was I okay with that? Does that make sense? He wasn't abusive domestically, physically, emotionally, anything like that. He wasn't an alcoholic. He didn't drink. He didn't, he never did anything to hurt me in that perspective. And the weird things I'm talking about are his relationship with his daughter, for example. It was the weirdest thing in the entire world. I am totally okay. Even the age difference thing didn't bother me because me and my boyfriend were 17 years apart, and I was only 3 years older than she was, his daughter. And I honestly had no problem with that. It actually was kind of cool because I had someone, kind of like a friend, someone to hang out with, someone to shop with, borrow her clothes, she could borrow my clothes. It was mutually beneficial. It was okay. But there was just things about it that was just weird. Valentine's Day, I always had to share Valentine's Day with her and my boyfriend, and I never really got that. Why did I have to do that? Things like that. I took off time of work to be with him, to go to work with him, to spend time with him, because that's the only way I could spend just time with him, because he never really got the fact that I loved him and I wanted to be with him, and I don't know why that never registered with him, because I would specifically take time off work just to spend time with him because I knew it was the only way I could, and he would still invite his daughter along, and it was just weird. There was just a lot of weird things about that relationship, and I knew his friends didn't like me because of my age, and I don't know what else bothered them about me, but I knew they didn't like me. So that was a main thing. This looking back, there was a lot of little tiny bits of things that were just added up that weren't good, and I think the last year of my relationship with him, I just wasn't okay with dealing it anymore. You know, I was well, I'm happy, because I was happy. We had a pretty good relationship all in all. We were that couple that you just didn't see breaking up anytime soon, and he didn't see me leaving anytime soon. But I noticed that I would just work late, just so I could work late and not be home. I would notice that when I did come home, I would just sit in the driveway for 5-10 minutes and just wonder, is this all that I have? Is my life just over now? It just kind of felt like I was just kind of stuck, and I wasn't, not really happy, but I just wasn't where I wanted to be at 19, 20 years old. With my relationship, I was okay settling down. I had no problem settling down because, I never was a party drinking type person, so settling down was the problem. It was just something just didn't add up to where I was this is not what I want exactly in my life right now. So yeah, that's what happened. And one day I was at Target, and I didn't go to work with him that day because I wanted to stay home, kind of relax, kind of chill. And I went to Target just because I wanted to go to Target, right? And I got a text from him, and he said that I was acting really weird recently, and that if I'm planning on leaving him, I have another thing coming to me. Those are the things that are wait, what? Okay, I just can't do it. That's what I said. I just can't do it. That another thing coming, that was the most threatening thing he ever said in our entire relationship, and that's just something that you don't say to me, don't do it. He's always accused me of cheating. Always. It was a constant, non-stop thing with him. If I worked 10 hours that night and I only made a certain amount of money, he would ask me if I was really at work. it was a constant thing if I was cheating or not. That was their huge problem. He had no, like, trust in me. It was really weird. And, so I just said I just can't do this anymore. And I knew I worked at night, so I went back to the house, and I grabbed some things. I grabbed my work clothes, I grabbed, like, my social security number and my birth certificate, and I grabbed probably something else valuable. I don't know. That was it. I just left. I left with the intention I was not coming back. I was not going to see any of my stuff again. I left with the intention that I was not going to deal with this anymore. That was a done deal for me. I stayed at a friend's house, and I went to work, and I just was like, I just told people, I was like, hey, if he comes up here, don't say anything. I sent him a long message on Facebook. I didn't want to confront him because he was not someone you could confront about anything, positive or negative. And I just told him I just can't come back. I'm not doing it anymore. And he said that he understood, and he was in shock, and he can't believe I was going to leave, and he doesn't understand where this is coming from, and he was hurt, and all this kind of thing. And I knew that I should have left because I wasn't upset when I left. That night I wasn't upset at all. I wasn't, like, hurt. I wasn't sad. I didn't feel anything. I was just like, I'm done. And so he told me that I can come get my stuff after school. I had school in the area, so I went to school that morning, and I went back to the house, and all my stuff was bagged up, boxed up for me. I threw it in my car. I left a ton of stuff behind because I couldn't get everything. And yeah, it was just weird. I had to leave my dog behind. I was devastated about that, but I didn't know what to do with her. I didn't know if I could have her, where I was at. I didn't know what my living situation was going to be. I was at a loss. I was just done. So, yeah, it was just all bagged up, and he was done, I was done, so it was whatever. And when I left that day, I knew that I felt like, that I wasn't going to be missed. When I left, I felt like he was just going to talk trash about me that night. I felt like his daughter was going to say I didn't like this about her or that about her. I felt like his friends would be like, she was never right for you anyways. And once I had all of that assurance in my head, like, I felt that was 100% the case what was going to happen, I knew I should have left a long time ago. That was as simple as that. I was like, I'm done. I'm ready to be done. I should have left a long time ago. I don't know why I stayed in it. It's like his love wasn't consistent for me every day. It was only forced, like, our anniversary, Valentine's Day, he had to love me, so he had to take me out for dates. But if I begged him just to go to a movie with him, just him, it was like a war, and I'm not really sure why. It didn't register with him that I loved him. I wanted to be with him. I don't know why. It was just a really, really, really strange relationship, and it's a big chunk of my life that I feel like I just kind of let go to waste in a way. But I had some really good times with him, and I mean, I miss those times. I don't miss it. So that's what happened there. Okay, flash forward like a couple weeks later, and there was someone at work. He was working there since December, and I don't remember him working that far back ever. I don't pay attention to anyone who works there really because everyone comes and goes so quickly. And once he found out that I was not with my boyfriend there, obviously rumors at that place like ran rampant. So anything that happened to you, everyone knows the next day, pretty much. He actually asked me out to go on a date, and I'm just saying, like, I have been in this relationship for like a week now. I don't know about this, but hey, why not? Let's try it. So we went on a little beach date. It was really nice, and then we went again, and then I was telling him, yeah, I'm never going to stay, and I'm staying at friends, and he's like, stay with me. I'm like, oh my god, I'm going to move with the guy pretty much instantly after I just moved out with a guy in a relationship. I don't know about this, but I was like, let's try it. Why not? And turns out he was living with his parents, and it's not as bad as it sounds. It was kind of like a bigger house, and we had this, like, we were staying in the bedroom at first, and his mom was really sweet, and she liked me, and it was actually a pretty good living situation. I was actually really comfortable there, and eventually we took over the sunroom outside because it was like summertime. We stayed there, and put an AC out there, bought a bed, put a couch out there, bought a TV together. I mean, it was actually pretty fun, and we were working together, so it was like we made double money every night, and I honestly had the best summer of my life with him because I met him that summer. And I honestly feel like if I didn't jump into that, I wouldn't be where I am now, and I wouldn't be as happy as I am right now. That being said, I don't think it was too soon, because I think it was just something that I feel like it was like a sign that I should move on quickly and do this. I mean, why not? So yeah, our plan was to save all the summer and then get an apartment somewhere, a house somewhere in Florida, and then let me check the time here. Alright, I'm going to stop this recording and I'm going to start another one.